I mean, I'm happy. It's just it's just so on brand. I'm just happy they reached the lean up in the chair portion of the game before they were down 3-0. Hi, I'm Weston. I love talking about the Astros, and I'm here to talk about Game 4 of the American League Championship Series, where the Astros win 10-3 over the Texas Rangers. And after starting the series in a doomsday 2-0 hole, where you think it might not be possible to climb out, the Astros in Game 3 and 4 got in the mud, worked their way out of the pit, and now have found themselves right smack dab in the middle of a brand new series. The Astros find themselves in an interesting position now. We're following last year where they were able to exorcise all the demons from 2017 and that whole scandal and put much of that nightmare to bed. Now they have the chance the following season to exorcise the demons from the 2019 World Series, where you find yourself down 2-0, you come back in dominating fashion in Game 3 and 4 on the road, and then you turn it into a best of 3 with 2 games, that being 6 and 7, back in Minute Maid Park. They have a chance to undo that nightmare as well, and by God, if they could just do that, it'd be so good in Astroland, wouldn't it? This game was causing cardiac arrest deep in the heart of Texas by like the middle of the 4th, because holy God, just the first 3.5 innings of this game was a game. Like, that is more stress and anxiety than any fan on either side of this ordeal should go through in an entire postseason game, let alone the first 3 and a little bit of innings. Because first inning, the Astros jump out early and quick. Altuve gets aboard. Dubon puts runners at the corners. Bregman sends them both home with an RBI triple to make it 2-0. And then Yordan Alvarez cashes in. It's 3-0. They knock Andrew Haney out in the first inning. It was 3-0 before there was an out. You're feeling great. The Astros are cooking with total gas. And they just got to keep pouring it on. Second inning, they get some more action. They don't end up cashing in another run. But hey, they've looked great through 2 innings already. And if Urquidy can just continue to be postseason Urquidy, you'll be fine, and he kind of wasn't. Because in the second inning, Adolis Garcia homers, and then Josh Jung, who has just been coming up too much in the past couple videos, with a sac fly to make it 3-2, but it's okay. The offense is rolling. It's just one little blip on the radar for Urquidy. He'll be fine. Then in the third inning, you have Corey Seager with a home run and more action for the Rangers. And it kind of felt like it could get out of hand in the other way at that point, which is terrifying. But our hero, Ryan Stennett, comes in, 1 pitch, double play, and all right, it's just a 3-3 game. You give it back over to the offense. Maybe they can get something cooking. And by God, did they. Back-to-back walks by Martin Maldonado and Jose Altuve get 2 men aboard with no outs. Cool. Then a single by Mauricio Dubon, who continues to cook in this postseason, by the way. Maldi's not a fast runner, so he stays at third, but the Astros have bases loaded for the 431st time of this postseason run, and no outs. Just do something, I am pleading with you. Alex Bregman worked it a little bit, ends up striking out. Yordan Alvarez with a deep sac fly, and that's like the 15th time the Astros have put a ball on the warning track that hasn't gone out despite being absolutely demolished and should end up in a different zip code. How many times has this happened to the Rangers? Hasn't at all. This is anti-Astros rhetoric, and I will not stand idly by and stand for it. We ride at dawn! Well, that's on the internet forever. Anyway, the Astros do take a 4-3 lead from the Yordan Alvarez sac fly, and then Jose Abreu. 109 off the bat, 438 feet deep, 30 for 30. There is not a ballpark in the sport that could have held it in, and the Astros retake a big lead and make it 7-3. And to continue talking about Abreu's greatness, 5th inning double play. Rangers wind up with 2 men aboard with no outs, and it's their 2-hitter coming up in Corey Seager. They could very easily find their way back into this game if the Astros aren't careful, and Jose Abreu, with a great catch off the line drive, immediately starts hustling back towards the bag, and just catches the finger of the glove hanging out of Marcus Semion's back pocket. It is a game of inches, and you saw it right there. Just clipping it enough to make an out, and I would assume that Marcus Semien is never going to have his gloves in his pockets again, because, oh my God, that could be a historic turning point. And if the Astros do go on to win this series somehow, we could very easily look at the fact that Marcus Semien didn't tuck his gloves into his pockets all the way as what changed it. Because that very easily could have swayed it back for them. But, unfortunate. And the Astros aren't done insurance-wise. They get a 2-run shot from Chas McCormick in the 7th and an RBI base hit for Yordan Alvarez in the 8th to make it 9-3 and then 10-3 with those two. And that's your final score. The Astros with a offensive outburst. The best offensive performance of the series, bar none. Maybe the best of the postseason. The Twins game was really good, but by God, this just felt so needed. To talk about pitching, Urquidy was not good. He gave up a lot of hard contact, quite a few base hits. Only one walk if you want a positive out there, but a couple of home runs really undo the fact that he only gave up the one walk. Ryan Stanek threw one pitch. It was a very effective pitch, but what am I supposed to say about one pitch? Hunter Brown looked great. A lot of hard contact as well, but a couple of strikeouts, no walks. Gets through 3 scoreless innings for him. Maton with 2 innings of relief and a couple of strikeouts. He looked really good. Montero had a really nice 9th inning. The walk was sus. Picked up a K. And the offense. Oh, the offense. Altuve with a 3-hit night with a pair of doubles that should be a double and a home run. Just love that. A couple of hard hit balls for him. Mauricio Dubon, another 2-hit night. Love him in the 2 spot. Dusty Baker watches these videos, so hi, Dusty. You should start Chaz tomorrow, by the way. Anyway, Bregman had a base hit, the leadoff triple that got the Astros on the board early for 2 RBI. Also had a couple of walks in this game, not too shabby out of him. Yordan Alvarez had a bad game by comparison to the rest of his postseason because he only had a couple of singles. Still had 3 RBI in this game, and this is the low point of Yordan's postseason. 1,500 OPS. 3 hard hit balls tonight. Yordan Alvarez, absolute freak of nature. Jose Abreu had the massive hit for the 3-run home run that basically iced the game in the 4th inning and the beautiful defensive play. It's a really hard debate, and I'm not going to be able to argue much if you say it's Yordan Alvarez because, yeah, the 1,500 OPS is insane. Abreu has a OPS of 1,000. He's already hit 4 postseason home runs. I know Alvarez is at 6. Almost was 7 tonight with a grand slam, but, you know, whatever. He's already got 4. The defense that Jose Abreu has given the Astros to this point, he might be the postseason MVP. It's a 1A, 1B with him and Yordan for me. And the fact that his defense has been that good that you're talking about him with Yordan Alvarez, who has an OPS at 1,500, by the way, just really bears repeating that it's 1,500. He's having a fantastic postseason, and you can already see a lot, if not virtually every Astros fan, forgetting about what game 1 to 162 was for Jose Abreu. He has had an unbelievable postseason. Chas McCormick had the 2-run shot, which is cool to see, and Pena had a base hit, which is nice to see. Last night, the Astros had a great offensive outburst from all over the lineup, and tonight, the big boys at the top of the lineup hard carried them. It's not as nice as it is to see that last night, where it's, you know, spread around. It's also nice to have a night where, hey, the guys who are at the bottom of the lineup don't have to carry for everyone else. The big guys, Altuve, Yordan, and Abreu, the guys you expect, carried. They looked great. 55 hours ago, the Astros were desperately trying to not go down 3-0 in the series, and now they roll into Game 5 tomorrow evening, tying the series back up. They have all the momentum, and Game 6 and 7 will be back in Minute Maid Park. What a difference 3 days makes. So now in Game 5, the Astros will look to Verlander to get revenge for Game 1, and the Rangers will look to Jordan Montgomery to continue his excellence. Only time will tell. The game is at 5:07 Eastern, 4:07 Central. I'll be here afterwards to talk about it, but as for right now, that is all I have to say. So if you enjoyed this video, please consider to like and subscribe. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day, and as always, go Stros.